Psyched up warriors. Welcome back to our channel for the second of 5 episodes within our Surviving Narcissism series. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on your notification bell to get early access to the next video in this series as soon as it goes up. Today, we will be revealing the 9 signs that indicate someone is a covert narcissist. Be sure to stick around to the end of the video, as being keenly aware of these 9 signs will help you recognize observed patterns in covert narcissists and understand how to strategically handle them. Let me ask you, do you feel like someone is constantly walking all over you, making you their emotional punching bag? Do they demand your attention but never give it back to you? Chances are, if this sounds familiar, the person in question might be a covert narcissist. Covert narcissists are notoriously hard to spot, as they often disguise themselves as sensitive people pleasers. But underneath that mask lies a selfish agenda, using manipulative tactics to control others and make them look good in public or score points with friends. This episode will uncover 9 telltale signs of covert narcissist, so that you can protect yourself from getting emotionally abused by one of these toxic individuals. So, let's get started. Sign number 1 that someone is a covert narcissist is: they are always wrapped up in their own opinions. Covert narcissists are only wrapped up in their own opinions, and anything outside of that is seen as invalid or worthy of dismissal. They may appear to listen, but their responses are usually dismissive or invalidating. When confronted with a different point of view, they often resort to backhanded compliments and subtle mockery. While it can be difficult to handle someone like this, remember that you don't have to justify your opinions or allow them to dictate the conversation. Remind yourself that you are allowed to have your own opinions and views, and don't be afraid to stand up for yourself. Allow them to express their opinion, but make sure that they understand that yours is valid too. Sign number 2 is: they always seek validation from others. Covert narcissists are always seeking validation from others and will go to great lengths to get it. They may act overly nice or try to win people over with favors in order to gain approval. They may also engage in casual gossip or backhanded compliments in order to make themselves look better while putting someone else down. While it can be difficult to handle someone like this, remember that you don't have to put up with their behavior and can assert yourself when necessary. Remind them of your boundaries and expectations, and remain firm about not giving in to their demands for validation. Allow them space and time to express themselves, but make sure they understand that it does not mean you are obligated to give in or agree with everything they say. Additionally, don't let their need for approval lead you into accepting something less than what you deserve. If they demand too much, don't be afraid to take a step back. Sign number 3 that someone may be a covert narcissist is: they do not take any criticism well. Covert narcissists have an incredibly low tolerance for criticism and cannot handle any form of constructive feedback. They may become defensive or deflect the blame onto someone else, or even go on the offensive with insults and harsh words. When dealing with a covert narcissist, it's important to remain calm and assertive in your approach. Acknowledge their feelings and remind them that criticism isn't necessarily a bad thing. Explain to them how constructive criticism can help them grow and develop, and guide the conversation towards more productive solutions. It's also important to be mindful of your own behavior and avoid getting drawn into any drama or arguments. Remember that it is not your job to fix them or take on their problems. Sign number 4 is: they have an inability to accept responsibility. Covert narcissists have an incredibly hard time accepting responsibility for their actions and will often deflect blame onto someone else. When confronted with their mistakes, they may ignore it or deny it completely, despite evidence to the contrary. They also tend to make excuses or downplay their negative behavior in order to avoid taking responsibility. It can be tempting to engage in their games, but it's important to remain firm and clear about your expectations. Remind them that everyone makes mistakes, but that they need to take responsibility for theirs. Show compassion and understanding while also setting boundaries. Explain how it affects you when they don't accept responsibility, and remind them that they are capable of doing so. Sign number 5 that someone is a covert narcissist is: they exploit others without guilt or shame. Covert narcissists are known for taking advantage of others without feeling any remorse or guilt. They often manipulate situations to get what they want, and may even use someone else's time and resources without asking for permission. They can be incredibly persuasive when it comes to getting what they need, and will go through extreme lengths to make sure their desires are met. When dealing with a covert narcissist, it's important to set boundaries and be firm about not tolerating any sort of exploitation. Remind them that their wants and needs should not come before the needs of others, and explain how their actions affect other people. Make it clear that you will not tolerate any manipulative behavior or exploitation from them. In other words, don't be afraid to say no when necessary, and remind them that their needs do not come before yours. Sign number 6 is: they have abrupt mood swings. Covert narcissists are known for having abrupt and dramatic mood swings. They can be incredibly kind and sweet one moment, only to become enraged or cold the next. These quick shifts in emotions can leave those around them feeling confused and anxious. When dealing with someone who has abrupt mood swings, it's important to remain calm and patient, while also setting boundaries. Explain how their sudden shifts in emotion make you uncomfortable, and tell them that it's okay to feel whatever they're feeling, but not okay to take it out on those around them. Provide them with an outlet for their emotions, such as counseling or meditation, and remind them of the importance of taking care of themselves. Sign number 7 that someone is a covert narcissist is: they persistently gaslight those close to them. Covert narcissists often use the tactic of gaslighting to control those close to them. This involves actively manipulating and distorting situations to make someone else question their own thoughts, feelings, and even reality. In other words, they will try to manipulate you into thinking that your perceptions are wrong or distorted in order to maintain power over you. When dealing with someone who gaslights, it's important to remain firm in your beliefs and stand up for yourself. Assert your boundaries and remind them that their manipulation tactics are not acceptable. Additionally, try to stay away from getting into arguments or debates with them. It is likely that they will twist the facts in order to prove their point and make you feel like you are in the wrong. Remember that it's okay to disagree with them, and let them know your feelings should always be respected. Sign number 8 is: they frequently belittle others. Covert narcissists often use belittling language and behavior in order to make themselves feel superior. They may criticize others, put people down, or use passive-aggressive remarks in an attempt to make those around them feel small. This can be incredibly damaging and hurtful, especially if it's a constant occurrence. When dealing with someone who frequently belittles others, it's important to set boundaries and speak up for yourself when necessary. Remind them that their words have an impact on those around them, and explain how their behavior makes you feel uncomfortable. Additionally, try not to take the comments personally. Acknowledge that they are speaking out of insecurity or frustration, and don't let their words get to you. And the 9th sign that someone is a covert narcissist is: they have an inflated sense of their own attractiveness. Covert narcissists often have an inflated sense of their own attractiveness. They are convinced that they look better than anyone else and believe they are far more attractive than they actually are. This can lead to them putting a lot of pressure on themselves to maintain their appearance, as well as expecting others to find them as attractive as they do. When dealing with someone who believes they are more attractive than they really are, it's important to remain compassionate while also setting boundaries. Remind them that everyone is beautiful in their own way, and that there is no one set standard of beauty. Explain how their comments make you feel and why you don't want them to talk about themselves in this way. You should also encourage them to focus on other aspects of themselves that make them unique and special. Overall, it's important to remember that covert narcissists struggle with insecurities and low self-esteem. It is essential to provide them with compassion and understanding, while also being firm about your boundaries. Doing this can help create healthier relationships overall. Now that you know the 9 signs of a covert narcissist, if you continue to encounter them, remember to take care of yourself in the process. Seek out supportive friends and loved ones who understand your situation and can provide you with empathy and a listening ear. If you are feeling overwhelmed, don't be afraid to reach out for professional help. It is essential to prioritize your mental well-being when dealing with covert narcissists. That's it for this episode. Check out the next video in our Surviving Narcissism series here. 8 effective tactics to put a narcissist in their place. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell for more psyched up solutions videos. See you in the next video in this series.